Now, this is a top tip for ways of making practicing scales interesting. Scales are really important to practice on the piano. It gives you a really good sense of a key. C major. Now, one good way of practicing them is doing this, because I'm practicing each mode at the same time as practicing the major scale. Dorian mode, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, back to Ionian, the C major scale. But my top tip really is a kind of rhythmic thing. It's quite good for developing your rhythm, whilst also getting into your keys and your scales, and so you can. It can be a bit of a schlep or a bit boring to go. Be sort of going around all the keys. I actually enjoy it, going around all the keys. But one way to make it a bit more interesting is to put a bit of rhythm in there. So use a metronome or tap your foot. So I'm playing different rhythms within a standard, well, that's 4/4. If you tap your foot, you don't have that bell every fourth beat. So I'm just practicing 5-finger scales here. So I don't know, I just recommend when you're practicing your scales to bring a bit of rhythm into it, because it helps you move your body. It feels a lot more like music. Some of these, patterns I'm doing here are quite sophisticated. They're very syncopated. Some of them go across the beat. You can experiment with like fitting a certain number of notes into the beat as like so like 2 in each. Sorry, no, that's 1 note on each beat. And you've got 2 on each beat. 3, 4. It's quite fast to be holding a phone and talking at the same time. So, slow it down. Go back to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5s. Get this. Nearly. You get the idea anyway. Improvising around a major scale, using some of these syncopated, interesting, different rhythms. It can sound a bit Latin, something. Going in and out of phase with the rhythm is interesting as well. Really helps you develop your confidence and internal pulse. rhythm there, but you know, it's quite an interesting exercise to do. And I'm finding myself tapping my foot as well. It's sort of getting that independence from the rhythm and the confidence in your own rhythm then. So pushing it out of time is kind of just as valuable as trying to keep it in time. So that whole trying thing, you know, if you let it slip and you kind of have that independent relationship with the pulse that's going alongside, that can be quite an informative thing to do. Anyway, and without the metronome, you know, use your own rhythm. So choosing a key, G major here, I just find it like much more fun, really. Etc. So find your own patterns, things to challenge yourself. But yeah, generally that's the kind of top tip, is just to bring a bit of rhythm into practicing some of the what can be boring stuff, you know, sometimes. Good.